You want to do construction work in California? Well, then you need a contractor's license. In this video, we'll cover the basics of the California contractor license, who needs it, what the requirements are, and how long it takes to obtain. Then we'll cap it all off with a step-by-step walkthrough of the entire process. First of all, who needs to have a contractor's license in California? Well, the Contractor State Licensing Board, commonly known as the CSLB, is the regulatory agency responsible for maintaining construction standards in the state. Now, the CSLB requires all contractors to have a contractor's license, with a few exceptions. This license allows contractors to legally perform construction on jobs that cost $1,000 or more in materials and labor. So then, who needs a contractor's license? Well, if you're self-employed or a freelance contractor in California, you most likely need a contractor's license. The only time you don't need a license is when you're working for an employer or you're working on projects that cost less than $1,000 in materials and labor. In order to get a CSLB license, you need to meet the following requirements. First of all, you must be at least 18 years of age. You must have 4 years of experience as a journeyman in the area of construction for which you are applying. You must have a valid Social Security number or ITIN. And finally, pass the CSLB exam. Now that you know what the CSLB license is and what the requirements are to get one, let's walk you through the process of getting your license. The first step is finding the application page on the CSLB website. Once there, you can choose your license classification. You can then apply for your license by following the license application steps. You'll be asked to submit a certificate of work experience. This form outlines your work experience in your trade and will be verified by the CSLB. When your application is approved, you will then submit a fingerprint so the CSLB can run a criminal background check on you. This is a process known as a live scan. Each applicant's criminal history is examined and approved or denied on a case-by-case basis. Now, when you pass the background check, you will then have to take the CSLB exam. You'll have up to 18 months to take the exam once your application is approved. The CSLB exam is split into two parts, a law and business exam and a trade-specific exam. You're allowed 3.5 hours to take each part. Please note, the CSLB exam is not administered by the CSLB, but by a third party. Once you pass the exam, congratulations! You are this close to becoming a licensed contractor. All you have to do now is provide proof of your contractor's bond, any applicable insurance, and pay all the necessary fees and paperwork. And you may be asking yourself, well, how long does all this take? Well, while timelines can vary, here is a general idea of how long you can expect this process to take. If you need help, CSLS is here for you. As the oldest and largest contractor school in California, supporting over 200,000 graduates throughout the state, our mission is to make your dream a reality. Visit us at contractorexamschools.com and see how we can turn your contracting dream into a contracting career today.